is Michelle Thorne from Dames. Today we have with us Erika Villanueva. Yeah, and she is a specialist when it comes to traveling with special needs children. As you know, when we have children with special needs, it gets really, really hard to travel with them. And Erika, the first time I met her, we went and had lunch, and she just, blew my mind away with all of these facts and all of these different places that I could take my child that I didn't even know existed. And so I immediately asked her if she would come and do a webinar for us, so that you all can be enlightened and hopefully have better experiences and start having experiences traveling with your special needs child. So with that, I'm going to let Erika take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Michelle, for having me, and appreciate the opportunity to speak about something that's truly near and dear to my heart. As you mentioned, I very highly doubt I will blow anybody's minds, but I intend to enlighten everybody on how to travel and how to have a successful family vacation. Just a little background on myself. I have 20 plus years of experience as a travel consultant. I enjoy planning vacations for people, and I myself have traveled to several different destinations in the world. We are a family of 4, so my husband and I have 2 beautiful children, a 15-year-old neurotypical daughter, and my son, who is 16 and was born with Down syndrome. At the age of 5, he was also received the diagnosis of autism, and that's where life got a little more complicated for us. Because of this, I really felt a need to educate myself on how to help others to travel with children that have sensory issues and difficulties being in crowds and so forth. So I went and got myself certified with the IBBCES company, and I became a certified autism travel professional. Also, I was certified with the Special Needs Group as an accessible travel advocate. That's a company that in the beginning, they advocated for people who had mobility issues, wheelchair, walkers, etc. But now they also see the need to educate agents when it comes to children with autism. So it's wonderful that people are becoming aware. People are becoming educated, and so this is great, so that we can all strive to have some sort of a normalcy in our lives. That's my beautiful son, Gabriel. Again, he's 16, quite a stinker. We do love him, and we do try to do as much as possible with him. So how do we have our personal or our family dream vacation? We see photos of people frolicking in the sand, these beautiful resorts, and we think, how are we ever going to have anything like that with my child who has sensory issues, behavioral issues, etc. And so I have to say, throughout this whole webinar, I am going to emphasize the point that you need to prepare. Preparation is key. You have to, whether you are a seasoned traveler or someone who has never traveled before with their child. Second, you need to know your limitations as a parent, how much you yourself can tolerate. If you get to a point where the vacation is no longer enjoyable, you need to stop it there, because then it's not enjoyable for anyone. You need to know what your child's limitations are. Have you taken a drive with your child in the car for an hour, 2 hours? If they can tolerate that, then maybe it's time for a real staycation. Excuse me. Excuse me. So another thing that you need to do is, Michelle is getting me some water, allergy season. Thank you. Very good. Another thing to try to strive to have a family vacation is you need to do research. Check out the property that you're going to be traveling to. Call them on the phone. What kind of facilities do they have? What about the amusement park that you're going to? Do they have a quiet room that you can pull your child into as you detect that they're going to have a meltdown, etc.? Just for all of your knowledge, if you are traveling in Phoenix Sky Harbor, they do, a lot of people don't know this, they have a quiet room on Terminal 4. It's right next to the chapel, right before you go into the gate area, or right through, before you get into security. And so what a wonderful provision that is that the Phoenix Harbor has made for us. But that goes to show you do need to do research. Call the airports, call the hotel ahead of time to find out what kind of property it is. Take a test run. Drive to Tucson. See if your child can take it, can tolerate it. Drive to that hotel. You don't have to stay there. Just drive there. Help your child see where you're going to. And then, most of all, you need to praise yourself and your child for any successes you made. It is going to be frustrating. You may fail the first time. That's okay. Praise yourself for even trying. There are parents that are too afraid to try. So do that. Praise yourself, praise your child, make it a positive experience. And then try to start slow. You may, if you've never traveled before, try a road trip, like I mentioned before. Drive to Sedona, drive to Tucson, see how they tolerate it. Map out the areas that you're going. This is a wonderful website that we have used. It's called Interstate Rest Areas. Wonderful, wonderful website. If you are taking a trip to Tucson or even to California, it will tell you exactly which exits the rest areas come to. And some of them even mention if there's a little park there so that you can get out and let your child run around and swing on the swing or whatever it is. Wonderful website. Check it out if you're going to be doing a long drive. Roadside America is another wonderful website that tells you about things along the way. Maybe you want to go see the big ball of yarn or something. It'll tell you where that is, and your child, so you know when you need to make stops. And you can plan it, map it out on a sheet of paper or something, where you're going to stop. Then you're able to tell your child, we only have 5 more minutes, we have 10 more minutes, or whatever it is. And then we're looking for exit number, and then, they stay occupied looking for that exit number. So those are wonderful tools that you can use to start on the road to a vacation. What about hotel? Okay, hotels, again, you need to start slow and small. Create a social story, prepare your child, so show them pictures of the hotel. If they have water slides, show them the water slides or the playground that the hotel offers. Stay one night. Make sure that it's a hotel that has maybe some accommodations like a kitchen and like a living room area. Make it as homey as possible. Also, if your child has allergies, it's better to cook for yourself maybe. If you have a child that has certain sensory issues, you might want to prepare well with taking along sensory toys. If they're a runner, you might want to take door security tools to put over the doorknobs, and so on and so forth. There are hotels that are autism friendly. There are tons of those. If you want a list, you can always email me and I'd be happy to help you make arrangements with that. Exciting news, you may have already heard on the TV and the newspaper that the Tourism Board of Mesa did become the very first tourism board in all of the United States to become a certified autism center. So because of that, I'm hopeful, and many of us are hopeful, that we will have more opportunities to have staycations nearby as they continue to educate hotels and other facilities around the area. Again, I'm going to emphasize preparation, preparation, preparation. Create a social story. Show them a video of the hotel. Pack snacks on the way. If you're taking a long drive, space those snacks out. Don't give it all in one shot. Give it to them every 30 minutes, every hour, etc. Pack little surprise gifts. And with crayons or little toys in there that you can get at the dollar store, and then again give it to them maybe every rest area stop or whatever. They've made it through that far. Give them a little gift to play with. What about weighted blankets or pillows or anything that's going to make it comfortable for them? Movies are big. If you have a DVD player or an iPad. A movie, if they're engrossed in a movie, that takes care of a good hour to 2 hours right there for you. That helps immensely. And so once you get there, make it as homey as possible for them. And, do expect there are going to be little moments, so don't get frustrated. What about taking it up a notch? Flying. Yeah, you made it through the 2-hour drive to Tucson. What about now? Maybe you're ready for a flight. I have to really emphasize, if you've never experienced it, to go to this website for the ARC of Arizona and sign yourself up for the Wings for Autism. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. They help a child to see what the airport's all about. They walk you through the security. We've experienced it a few times. My son absolutely loves it. He takes his little roller carry-on bag, and pulls it through the airport, through TSA, goes to the gate and sits and waits, learns to wait with the other kids. Going to the airport is stressful. It is very stressful. They have to learn how to wait. And then once we actually get on the plane, the plane taxis around the airport for almost an hour. They put all the bells and whistles on the plane, make all the sounds so the child is familiar. They get familiar with those sounds, and it's not something scary anymore. They make it fun. And what a wonderful experience that is. If you're listening to us from out of state, you're in another state, look up your ARC organization in your local state. If your ARC organization is not having this type of a program, get a hold of them and tell them this is needed in your area, because we parents, we really do need to help our children experience as much as possible. So now you're ready for flying. You got through the Wings for Autism. You think you're ready. I doubt you're ready for a transatlantic flight, but maybe a short flight. What about a nonstop 1-hour flight? That would be awesome. Again, start small, and as I've mentioned before, prepare. Have social stories ready. Have snacks, toys, their iPad, their treasured iPad with them. Very importantly, you need to check with the TSA about the different programs that they have, the special needs things that they offer. Also, they have a card that you can fill out and present. It's a TSA disability card, notification card, and you fill that out and you explain what the issue is. And then when you get to the security there at the TSA, you show that to the security guard there. And immediately when they see that card, they know what that's for, and they will assist you. Also, there is a phone number. I don't know if Michelle has it on here, but the TSA provides a specialist support desk. And this is kind of interesting. If you're really nervous about it, call them. Again, I don't know if the number's on there, but it's 1-855-787-2227. And they will arrange in certain airports, not all of them, to have somebody walk you through all of that. they'll take you by the hand and walk you through the TSA, through all the way to the gate if you want. So you just need to call and get that arranged. You are not exempt from screening. That does not mean you do not go through, you do have to go through screening. However, they do make accommodations. So maybe they pull you into a quiet room to do it, or they pull you to the side. So just take note of that. All right, so you have done this. Let's take it up another notch. What about cruising? Yeah, maybe you are ready for cruising. Plan a short one. Don't plan a 7-day, 14-day cruise. Start slow. Do a 3-day cruise. There are even 1-day cruises. Many don't know about that. These repositioning cruises that are trying to bring their ships up to Alaska, sometimes they offer 1-day cruises. Try it out. Again, notify the cruise line of, they do have most cruises have a special needs desk. You can call and notify them also about your child's issues that they have. Notify the dining, the maitre d', that your child has food allergies, and they will bring you a menu specifically catered to that type of food allergy. Again, social stories, helpful to have social stories. Notify the daycare on the ship. The daycare providers or the caretakers on the ship are very well trained to deal with all types of children and with all types of abilities. But you do need to notify them. They are not mind readers. You do have to let them know exactly the limitations of your child. And don't fret. I mean, they give you either a pager or a cell phone to take with you. And if there's an issue, they'll call you back. You just come and get your child. So keep that in mind. And let's see. Let's go on to something that is fun here. Some destinations that I highly recommend if you're in the area, the Florida area, the Tradewinds Resort. Awesome resort. One of the very first resorts or properties that made themselves autism friendly. They got certified through CARDS. CARDS, the acronym is Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. So they had their entire staff trained to know how to serve the best interests of children with autism. Their restaurant on the premises caters to gluten-free, casein-free diets, which is awesome. They have, before you even get there, they already have social books prepared for your child so that you can show the child everything about that resort, download it and show that to the child. They have safety kits that they will give you as soon as you check in. And these kits have hanging door alarms, table corner cushions, outlet covers, etc. So what a great resort that is. Activities, they have plenty of fun activities on their premises. So if you're daring and you want to fly there, it's in St. Pete's, Florida. You are welcome to it. Let me know. I would be happy to help you with that also. Another property that's been around for, I would say, about 7 to 8 years, I believe, is Morgan's Wonderland. I did take my children there about 6 years ago. I cannot speak more highly about this property. It's just a fantastic property. They have this little village called Sensory Village, and it's all kinds of things that kids can do to enjoy or to feed their sensory needs. Just so much fun. They have rides there, and they don't have blasting, blaring music. They have soft music in the background. Everybody is trained to know how to handle it. And just, I think it was last year, they just added a water park. So it's a water park catered to just kids with different abilities. And really, I helped a family last year. They were nervous about going. They had 2 children with autism, and they wanted to go somewhere that their kids could enjoy. So we made arrangements to help them with the TSA, their flights, nonstop flight. The hotel was nearby the Morgan's Wonderland, and they enjoyed it thoroughly. The children, to get in there is free. The children with any type of disability, there is a discount for other family members. I think siblings, don't quote me on it, but I think the siblings also are free of charge. That's a wonderful one. Newest newcomer on the list of autism-friendly destinations is beaches. You may have heard of Sandals and Beaches. Beaches is the family side of the resorts. And they just recently, probably about 4 years ago, became certified as well as a certified autism center. They do have all of their staff trained on how to deal with different special needs. And they do have on the premises the little character, what's her name? Julia. You may have seen that on Sesame Street. Julia is one of their characters that has autism. And so they can meet Julia for themselves at beaches. So wonderful program that they offer. And if you're daring enough to travel to either Jamaica or Turks and Caicos, you will not be disappointed in the beauty of that resort. So we are on to traveling yourself. We as parents, we get worn out, we get exhausted, we have so many things to take care of, but in order to serve our children's best interests, we also need to take care of ourselves and to recharge our batteries. So I always try to encourage couples to take a weekend away to recharge for themselves, so they have time to talk to each other and reconnect. But what about us moms? We do take on quite a load. We are the ones that arrange most of the therapies for our kids, the doctor's appointments. We need to recharge big time. And so every year, and we are in the 11th year now, of what's called the Moms Need Moms Cruise. This is sponsored, it was originally sponsored by the DSALers, or the Down Syndrome Association of Los Angeles. It was originally for their organization and for the moms that had kids with Down syndrome, but it has gotten so popular that it's been opened up to anybody that has a child with special needs, whether it be Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, whatever it is. And what a wonderful experience. Last year we had 118 ladies go, and that's a picture of all of us. Every year we have a theme. Last year was our blue and silver theme. We've had 80s themes. We've had roaring 40s themes. We have just a blast, and what a release it is when we go back home. We really do feel recharged. We have a smile on our faces. Our children are excited to see us. And it's just a wonderful experience. If you are interested at all in joining us, our dates are for January of 2020, January 24 through 27. So it's just 3 nights, and the prices range anywhere from $300 to $400 per person. Deposits are low. Balance doesn't have to be paid till November. So hopefully you can join us. I know Michelle here is going to join us, and it is going to be a good time, lots of fun. Anyways, I once again thank Michelle for having me. I hope all of this information has helped you, and that you will have a bon voyage on your family vacation in the near future. If you have any questions at all or need assistance with anything, please feel free to email me or call me, and I'd be happy to help you.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Let's bring our video back. Let's see. Hey, Alyssa, can you bring us back video? All right, thank you. All right. So, everybody, I think that was a lot of really great information. I know that when I first met Erika, I knew nothing about Morgan's Wonderland, first of all. And after I did some research, I was just completely blown away. And my husband and I are actually in talks right now about when are we going to go to this amazing place, because the kids are free and actually the adults are free too.
Yeah.
So with every child you take who has a disability, the adult gets in for free with the child.
Yeah.
And the water park, I mean,
yes,
talk about our kids, right?
Yes.
Like I know my kids, both of them are autistic and cannot get enough of the water. Like
Yes.
love water. So we're really excited about that.
It was one of the first places that we took my son that when they opened the door and they let us into Morgan's Wonderland, I actually took a deep breath and released it, and I felt totally relaxed, allowing my son to enjoy everything about that amusement park. Just an awesome place. Please go experience it.
That's amazing, because when we went to Disneyland, and I just remember being like, oh, so overwhelmed. Like you said, the loud music, the huge crowds, the lines. You're like, like this is way too much. But this place just looks awesome. So I'm really excited about that one. The other thing you really opened my eyes to was the fact that some hotels already make accommodations for autistic children. Can you expand a little bit more on that? Like, are there better hotel chains, or do you have to really kind of seek them out and call a lot of different places?
Yeah, I myself have done a lot of research, so I do have a list, and the list is growing. So I again need to go back in and figure out, where they are, where they're located. Unfortunately, we have nothing here in Arizona. I'm really hoping that now with MESA being certified, maybe they will start pushing it a little bit, and we will have a hotel or two to take our children and, like I was mentioning, testing the waters, take a dry run, because they're so close. So, and think about the people, families like in California who have children with autism. Maybe it's not that far of a drive. They have a place to take their children also. So. Yeah, if you need to travel somewhere and you're not sure where to take, or where's the best location to take your child to stay, let me know. I can, even if it's not an autism-friendly hotel, I know what kind of hotels are the best to accommodate our children.
Awesome. And I like your focus on preparations. And I also think like this idea of setting expectations and knowing what your limits are. I mean, Matt and I, we do travel often with our kids, but we know that first night is not going to we're not sleeping. Like we know we're not sleeping probably for the first 2 or 3 nights, because Jackson is just very uncomfortable with where he is. And so he doesn't sleep. So it's like we set those expectations. And it's like, we're just not going to sleep the first 2 or 3 days. And,
And there are, I should have mentioned, there are websites that sell travel items for children with specifically autism, that you can take with you on your travel. That sells these specific little locks that go in the door so that your child cannot get that door open. If their life depended on it, they could not get that door open. And they sell other. If I can find the link and you are interested in it, email me and I will get that.
We can add it to the site too.
Link for you. But just an awesome idea also, because my son is a runner. So if we don't put that lock in there, he's running down the halls, knocking on everybody else's doors. So not a good thing.
So last week we had PAL Experiences on, and they do a lot of social stories.
Oh, yes.
And today you talked about a lot of social stories. So is there a certain guide that you use when you create your social story? Do you start with, we're going to be home, we're going to pack, we're going to do you go through each and every step, and do you include pictures? How do you create your social stories?
We have Pictel. My son has an AAC device, and we have Pictella. Pictel is great for snapping pictures and creating a little social story of your own. You could do that, take pictures from Google or something, and pictures, snap screenshots of the hotel, put them in there, and create a little social story of your own. You can also go to YouTube. Why not show them some YouTube videos? PALS is like you mentioned, is a great resource as well.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Erica, I think you covered so much today. So thank you so much
You're
for
very
being on.
welcome. Thanks
We
so
really
much again
appreciate
for
it.
having me. Appreciate
Of
it.
course.
Sorry for the glasses.
No.
Allergy season.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.